I mean, is Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points? I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get the sauce. Yo, what's up, everybody? Long time no see. Some of you probably were just hanging with me a couple hours ago for the MLB morning show. Got Chris here too. Chris, what's up, man? Chris, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What up, Cal? How are you, man?
Doing well. Yeah, so I got all excited for day baseball, and I went upstairs after the show, took a shower, came back down, and realized all my bets are starting now. So I really don't know. Oh, D-back scored already. There you go. So yeah, we'll see how today plays out. Got a lot of baseball bets just starting now. 2 NBA games on. That's all we're talking about today, or right now, I should say. First one, Knicks looking to close out the series. Now, I would assume that most of the internet handicapper crowd is going to be on Boston here. They're usually on the contrarian side. I get it. I mean, it's a proud city like Boston, facing death staring death in the face. No, all jokes aside, I mean, that city's going to be into it. We haven't seen Jaylen Brown put up people on the internet are already forgetting that Jaylen Brown was like the hero of the NBA championship last year. People have such a short memory. People are like, oh, Jaylen Brown sucks. He doesn't contribute anything. Like, dude, what? He single-handedly won the championship last year. People are freaking crazy. So yeah, we haven't really seen the NBA Finals MVP Jaylen Brown show up. I mean, if there was ever a spot for it, obviously it's right here. Maybe the Knicks get caught thinking shit sweet here a little bit. I mean, let's not act like Boston can't still shoot the lights out of the place without Tatum out there. I think what adds to it is it's fresh in our heads. Tatum was going nuclear before he got hurt. He was it might have been the best game I've ever seen Jason Tatum play in terms of he was out of his mind, unstoppable. So I think maybe that game might be fresh in our heads. Like, oh, how are the Celtics going to play without that guy? He's so good. Whereas if he was playing poorly, I think maybe more people would be like, oh, it doesn't matter. They can play without Tatum. It's the fact that he was just going off. I still have this one leaning towards Boston here. I mean, without Tatum, if we see the projected rotation that we're seeing on RotoWire, which is just these 8 guys right here, if we see those 8, I have it at 6. If Torrey Craig is going to get some run here, it does alter it a little bit towards the Knicks. Actually, it drops down to about 5.5 if Torrey Craig is going to get some minutes instead of Tatum. RotoWire says he's probably not going to. Who knows? The thing is, that's an EPM-based model. Those EPM-based models have been on point. They've been extremely accurate all season, especially post All-Star break. But they've been getting cooked in the playoffs. There's a reason we keep seeing Cleveland laying big numbers, Oklahoma City laying big numbers, Boston laying big numbers. I mean, these EPM models have these better teams. That's where that data is coming from. That's who's betting that. The underdogs have been winning. So the EPM models have not been doing well in the playoffs. So I don't think that's any reason to bet Boston. I've been pretty much going against the model a lot, which is why I'm having success in these playoffs. I can't bet Boston. I think if you're asking me what I would bet, if I was just like, hey, place one bet that you think has the side or a total has the best chance to win in this game, probably go right here. Boston team total over 105.5. You can get a minus 120. I think the threes will fall. I think Boston are scoring. And I think if New York is going to end this one tonight, it's going to be because the offense shows up like it just did in the last game, Exhibit A, right here. I mentioned in the last game that we hadn't seen the Knicks play a good offensive game this whole series. Right here. Here's the Boston series right here. Bad. Then game 4, they showed up, a 128.7 offensive rating. So I think if the Knicks close it out tonight, it's going to be because the offense shows up again, and I think Boston still gets open over that number. So I'd lean over. If you force me to take one bet, give one pick that I think wins, I think Boston gets the 106 points. If you're asking me what I'm betting, I mean, come on, man. Knicks. I want to see it. I want to see it end tonight, but I don't know if I necessarily think that happens. Like I've said over and over again, there's not a ton of value betting sides and totals in these playoff lines, especially a few hours before tip. It's just doing some gambling. So pick what you like and have some fun. So I'll probably throw together. I know everyone wants me to cook up another SGP for this one because it hit. Did you see that one that hit yesterday, Chris? Dude, I did Pacers money line and Donovan Mitchell 35 plus points. It was plus 1,400. Spur of the moment for fun, and it hit. Yeah, I want you
to do another one too. If I hit on that yesterday.
Yeah, so I tried to cook one up for the Nuggets game. It sucks. So I'll probably do a fun SGP again before tip. Probably throw the Knicks money line in it or something. But if you ask me for one bet that I think hits Boston team total over, if you ask me what I'm personally going to bet, probably Knicks money line, Knicks plus the points. Chris?
I bet it twice, Kyle. I bet Boston early in this one. And that's what we've seen throughout the series, man. Boston, come out, throw the first punch, can't sustain it. They're a plus 9.7 in the first quarter in this series specifically. 31.2 to 21.5. And now you go back home. You mentioned it, Kyle. Championship DNA, championship pedigree. I don't think that they're going to roll over for the Knicks at all. If anything, the Knicks may come out a little bit more lackadaisical because they do have this game without Tatum. But I can't bet them for a game, though, Kyle. I mean, even with Tatum out there, like he was scoring and the Knicks were defending, and I just worry the Knicks are outscoring the Celtics. What is it, like 58 to 44 in the second half? And we know Jalen Brunson's the best player on the floor when it comes too late. And then I also think about
best offensive player on the floor. Let's not get crazy.
Yeah, best offensive player. I think he is the best offensive player on the floor when it comes to it in the fourth quarter.
I'm not gonna. I'll stand up for Brunson on the offensive side. He's not a terrible defender, but he's just too small, to really.
He's the best. He's gonna be the best offensive player. I think he has been the best offensive player in the fourth quarter.
Maybe in the playoffs this year.
Well, it's not even close. I don't think. It was this graphic going out that I saw from Tony Beer. Did you see that?
It was like fourth quarter playoff points, and it was like Brunson was first, and it was like Kobe.
Then Brunson at 102. I think next player was like Anthony Edwards at 68. He was second, so it was like 102 to 68.
Oh no, I saw one that was historic, and it was like since 2000, and it was like Brunson where he's at 102. Then second was Kobe, third was Kobe also. Like it went Brunson, Kobe, someone else. Like it was like the most historic fourth quarter scoring run in playoff history up to this point.
I just saw total points in the fourth quarter.
I'll find it and send it to you because it's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, that is crazy. But my point is, I don't know if I want to trust Boston for the full game, Kyle. I think you guys can get it done tonight. So I kind of lean Knicks, and I would take them on the money line too. But like I said, I do think Boston comes out. I think they punch early. I bet first quarter and first half. -2 first quarter, first half -3.5. I bet that as well. And I just split it, half unit on both. This is kind of how I see it going, Kyle. I think your Knicks are hanging in. The other aspect of this is this, Kyle. You didn't mention this, but the Knicks dominated the rebounding battle in game 4, right? Like if you go back and look at it, I think they were like,
I have it right here. I can pull it up for you.
Yeah, they dominated the boards. I think that was the second game. Even though they lost in New York in game 3 on Saturday, they still beat. I think they won the boards.
They slightly won it. They won it slightly. Won it on Saturday, 50.5%. But what worries me is the 2 games in Boston, they got dominated on the glass. Then they came home to New York and they won the rebounding battle twice. So I'm hoping they don't go back to Boston and get beat on the glass.
So look, here's my point. Tatum's the best rebounder for Boston. Like if you don't have that to your advantage, I mean, he's also the best facilitator. He averaged the most assists. He averaged the most points. But Tatum had 15 boards, I think it was, in that game. I think he had 16 rebound chances and 15 rebounds in game 1. And then game 2, he followed it up and I think did this like something similar, had 12 or 13 boards. So now you're telling me, like, how are they going to keep Mitchell Robinson off the glass when he was a problem in the first place? Karl Anthony Towns continues to go up and over his rebound prop. So if Boston's not, knocking down some of those shots like we saw in game 3, then I do think that, that it might end for the Celtics. I wouldn't be betting the Celtics -4.5, but I did bet the Celtics first half and first quarter.
You know what I think is interesting, and this shouldn't factor into it, and maybe this happens in every playoff sport. People just talk, and there's just like a lot of over exaggerated shit because there's just so much content. But do you think there's any credence to the fact that the Pacers closed their shit out, maybe pressure on Knicks not to give them the rest advantage?
Yes, absolutely.
You think that's a thing?
It's been 4 series in a row that the Pacers have won because I know it's probably some Indiana Pacers fans in it. I'm very subjective. I'm very objective. I'm not seeing it. I'm not a Pacers hater. I don't like the Pacers, any of that. But the Pacers just who did they beat? The Cleveland Cavaliers with Donovan Mitchell with one leg. Before that, they beat the Milwaukee Bucks with Damian Lillard in a blood clot and like him not being able to finish that series towards Achilles. Last season, they beat the Bucks again without Giannis. Like, we just keep going, but they beat your Knicks. They were hobbled as well.
The Knicks were missing everybody.
That's my point. Like, you don't want to, and then they ran into the Celtics and they end up losing. But you don't want, if you're the Knicks, you want to be as healthy as you possibly can for the Pacers. Because you play against a hobbled Pacers team, it may be the worst team to play against if you're going to be hobbled and be compromised.
Right.
So I do think there is some credence to, like the Knicks being able to go in here. I mean, they've already went into this building and won 2 games. Same thing with the Cavs. Like the Pacers went into Indiana. Went into Cleveland and won 2 games. So I do think that the Celtics will look to close this. I mean, the Knicks will look to close out tonight, Kyle. I do think so, man. Much as I thought that Boston was going to win this series, they're cooked without Tatum, in my opinion.
Yeah, someone said Boston made 23s in game 3, 18 in game 4. There's regression coming. I mean, Boston's kind of been putting up those kind of numbers all year, though. Like 18 threes isn't a crazy amount for Boston. Towards the end of the regular season, I'm just reading off the games, 23, 7, 19, 24, 14, 12, 21, 17, 22, 19, 23, 7. So, like, 18 threes is a pretty average night for Boston. I don't know if that's necessarily, like, regression worthy. I hope you're right, though. All right, let's move on to the second game. What the hell are we supposed to do with this, dude? Are you kidding me? What are we supposed to do with this?
I'm glad it's not just me, Kyle. Let me try to make my case. Yeah. So I didn't bet it. Start with that. But if I just kind of looking at it like, man, what do I do here? Do I lay this big number with Minnesota? Do I think Golden State, like come out, fight, with some energy, some effort? They got championship pedigree, you still got Kerr on the sideline. You got Draymond out there. Jimmy Butler has been to the finals before. Like they got some, some players and some pedigree over there. I don't think that they're going to roll over at all. So initially I was thinking, okay, Minnesota plays better on the road for whatever reason. It was one of the reasons why I liked the -5 in game 3, especially with them needing to steal home court advantage back after losing game 1. And then Minnesota also plays better as a dog, and they've not been a dog in quite a while. I just kind of feel like this could be the game that they come out sleepwalking. I think Golden State will be kind of locked in. I'm not saying that they don't cover full game because I think, as me and you talked about the other day, the longer the game goes on, the more it favors Minnesota because the more possessions, the bigger they can get the margin, I think. But I think there's some credence to looking at Golden State early here, Kyle. Maybe first half plus the 6.5. If I had to bet it, I think Minnesota just comes out napping. They've been a much better second half team. If you go back to game 3 and game 4, I think it was the third quarters that they dominated. Even game 4 that they just played, they absolutely dominated the third quarter. For some reason, they turned it on late. And I think that they can turn it on late. They don't necessarily have to win this game by a margin. They just need to win. So I think first half plus the 6.5, just trusting the Warriors, pedigree, their championship DNA. I think if I had to make a bet, it would be that. Also, Kyle, I did this live on my show earlier. I was looking at these double-digit home favorites in closeout games since 2000 and I think it was 22. I want to say it's 6-0 or 8-0 to the over. It says that the defense does potentially let up, and if you're going to bet a total, you bet it up and over. Those totals are going over by average of 13 points, Kyle. Closeout game, double-digit closeout game.
13 on average?
13 was the average. And this total was 202 this morning when I talked about it. I didn't bet it, but I also kind of want to play over just because I felt that trend. And I do think Minnesota should be able to score the basketball. Maybe Golden State can get up and over the 94.5 points as well. It's not like we asking for much.
So I haven't lost a bet in this series yet. I don't want to. I haven't lost a bet in this series. I didn't bet game 2. I passed on game 2. I took Golden State in game 1. I took Minnesota team total under 103.5 in game 3, and I took Minnesota -4.5 in game 4. So I'm 3-0 in this series. Look, just here's what the data shows. Let me show you guys something. Has this one at 4.5, 5. Now, obviously, the EPM data can't quite grasp how important. There's not enough data to like. Yeah, I have Steph clicked off. I usually do something like this, depending on when it's such a high usage player. I'll do something like this. Let's say 4 points, because it's already his EPM data is already removed from the model, so it's already incorporated a little bit. We do an additional 4 points of how much the other players suffer without him. It's still what, 9, 8.5? It's still too high. But I feel very similar to how I felt when I took that Minnesota team total under in Game 3. If you remember, I was like, guys, 5.5 is too many, but I don't have it in me to bet Golden State here. Now, had I bet Golden State, it would have won, but I would have been lucky as hell to cash it because of that Kuminga 3. So, numbers-wise, I think this number's too big, honestly. It's just like
both those models, Cal, even with Steph out, had that over too. Your model lead towards the over. But I agree. I think the number
what about
is too big as well.
Golden State team total over? It's going to be super low.
It's like 94.5. I looked at it this morning. I saw 94.5 and I saw 96.5.
What pace were the last couple of games played at? I want to.
I feel like they sped up. You got first half, second half?
Nah, I don't. Not on this. Dude, the last game 102 pace. We see that pace again. Golden State will fly over that team total.
They flew up and over the total in the last game.
So are you taking the over?
No, not yet. I want to, though.
All right, I'm going to put a poll up. I'll bet whatever the poll says. I'm narrowed it down to 2 bets. What should I bet? Warriors plus 11 or 11. Warriors plus 11.5. I'm pretty sure it's 11 or 10.5 now, but Warriors team total. Let me get the exact numbers for the poll, actually.
I was about to say, I'll pull them up real quick.
10. It's at 10.5. Okay. And the team total is 95.5. So I'm going to bet whatever the poll decides. These are the 2 I want, guys. So which of those 2 am I taking? Whatever wins, I'll take it right now.
The fate is in the poll.
Someone said that boy Chris has never picked the Knicks. He's a pure hater.
Oh man, nah. You know why I never picked the Knicks? Because I always take Boston first half, and I've been doing really, really well in that series. Yeah. But I will say this, guy. I was talking about somebody asked me on my show. I think the Knicks absolutely destroy the Pacers next round. Take that for it.
Sweet.
Take that for not being a Knicks hater. I think it's a really bad matchup for the Pacers next round.
I agree.
Really
I'm not joking when I say I think we could sweep them. But we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Got to win one more.
Yeah, that's enough.
Of course, to make things even more confusing, we're split 50-50 exactly on the poll. So maybe I'll just split a unit and a half and put a half unit on each then, because not even these freaking people can't even decide. I can't decide either, so I'm no better. I'll give the poll another few seconds. Wait. No, we didn't cash our team total over yet, Toast. Arizona team total over. We got 3 in the second inning. Solid start, but watch, they go scoreless for 7. It's 50-50 exactly. What do I do here? Are you guys kidding me? Make up your minds, man. I want to place a bet. It's Warriors team total over just took a lead. I'm going to give it 10 seconds. 10. 5. 2. 1. And poll, and the winner is, I think it's team total over. Team total over. I'm doing it now. Let's see where the best number I could get.
Kings -110.
I'm in. Let's do it, guys. We saw a fast pace last game, 102 possessions apiece. We got 102 possessions out of Golden State. They are flying over 95.5. Fingers crossed.
I'm betting it with you, guys. I'm riding with you today. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So I'll put it up on the screen so everyone can see it. What do you mean my Face ID isn't working? What? There we go. Golden State. Team props. Oh, they changed it to -115? Whatever, I'll take it.
Yeah, I do see the -115. As soon as you said that, I saw it.
I'm in. Minus 115. Just bet it.
Right now. Yeah, I'm betting it too.
Let me just share it with everybody. Team total over minus 115. I'm in. All right, I'll type it on the screen so everyone could see. I bet the Warriors team total over 95.5 minus 115. Just place this. I'm in. I don't hate it. It's really going to come down to the pace. Do we see the pace we saw last game, or do they bring it down to a crawl again? We'll see. But even if we get a slow-paced game, 96 points is not completely out of the question. Obviously, if we see a slow-paced game like we did in Game 1 or Game 3, we're going to be in trouble, but we can still hit this. We're talking about 96 points here. All it takes is a nice Jimmy Butler night or something along those lines. So, Warriors team total over. I'm in. Thanks, everyone, for watching. See you all at midnight. Hit me up if you need me. I'll be here. Hit me up in the Discord.